Yeah, shawty. It's me again, shawty. Better know about it.
Helutalmout. Helutalmout. The Helutalmout. 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 Helutalmout.
Hey, what up,
Yo,
folks?
what's
Hey,
up?
time out.
It's the first episode of
Yeah.
Helutalmout. So,
First episode.
so I'm your girl Thea, also known as the A.
Yep, this your boy Greg, also known as Deuce. Today I'm Fifth Senate Shawty.
And I'm not like the rest.
I'm
Shout out to
Thea, like I
God.
said,
Thea. Some people call me the A. And I'm from the A, even though East Point is not Atlanta. From East Point, Georgia, born and raised. You just caught that. Born and raised. Just turned 41. I work in education. And I have been doing that for the past 15 years, maybe longer than that. A long time. I am a graduate of Spelman College, about to celebrate her 20th reunion from Spelman. Don't look like it at all. I know y'all thought that too when I told y'all I was 41. Also, I am a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated as well. Ooh, my sorors. And I like to have fun. Like, I love listening to music. Pole dance is my favorite hobby at the moment. And spending time with my boo, traveling the world with my boo. Just having a grand time, watching movies, documentaries, all that good jazz. So that's just a little bit about me. Tell you folks a little bit about you.
Good.
Oh, this is a whole renaissance man, y'all. Tell them about it. Tell them
Really?
all what you got. Tell
Okay,
them.
Anyway, also, of course, my name is Greg. For those who went to school with me early in my years, first name William.
Ha!
I am the second, so my nickname is Deuce. I've been called that since I was a baby. So, born in Southwest Regional, Southwest Atlanta, you know what I mean? Fairburn Road, Benjamin E. Mays corner right there, you know what I mean? Shit been going for a little while, but you know, I'm so ATL. Raised in East Point, man. I grew up right behind Party West Middle School, even though I went to Woodland. 42 years old. I'm a Capricorn. I went to Georgia Southern for some years. I did not graduate, but it's all good because I still got a really good job.
He does.
I work for the federal government. Been working there for about 15 years, almost 15 years. Man, I'm a sports and music junkie. I do that a lot. So I'm either listening to music, I'm doing something with some sports, something. I also can cut hair. I can draw.
You told him about you making beats, right?
Yeah, I make music.
You see what I mean?
I want to go to voice lessons too. I think I can sing.
He can. I keep telling them.
I'm getting some voiceover work too. So
yeah.
I like to do. Well, my mom exposed me, my sister and I, my dad too, but mostly my mom exposed us to a whole lot when we were growing up. So we are very eclectic. We do a lot of different things. I grew up in the theater. So if anybody ever heard Jamandi Productions, that was my family growing up in the late 70s, 80s, 90s. We were definitely one of the biggest in the country at one time, top 3 black companies. So very proud of that, very proud of the work that we've done in the community. So I'm artistic, so I tried to get away from it when I was younger because I was always in it. So I went to Westlake because most of my friends went to Westlake, but who I am to the core, I should went to Tri-Cities.
But he didn't, so he here.
You know, I mean,
Wele.
I knew half the people, especially in the drama department and in the magnet. I already knew them because they worked with my mom and my dad. I mean, my uncle, my aunt. So, yeah, that's about a little bit about me. I can do a little bit of everything, I think.
Yeah.
Just a humble brag. Just a little humble brag. And we can dance too. I can dance too.
Oh.
I can do a little bit of everything. Y'all will see. So basically, we got a podcast. You know, we feel like it would be fun to talk about our experiences traveling.
Yep.
You know, relationship stuff. Just having fun with our family and friends. We definitely going to ask for you for some content suggestions. So, you know, I think a lot of people want to see us interact together.
Yeah, I think so.
We get a lot of feedback.
I will say this though. This is not like relationship advice. Like we are not relationship experts.
We just gonna have fun.
We just do what we do. And so if there's anything that we could give to anybody else, we would love to give that, but we're not necessarily saying that we're the blueprint. We fine all, but I'm just saying, like, we're not relationship experts and we're not saying that you have to take our advice. We're just trying to show you how we play by our own rules in our marriage.
And we totally believe that every relationship should have their own rules. Things that work for us may not work for you. Things that work for you may not work for us. So I think having an open mind and just trying new things, you never know what could work for you. So yeah. Helutalmout. So yeah, we got the name Helutalmout. So if you grew up in Atlanta, you heard that for. It's nothing new to people who from Atlanta. So I think growing up, it was really talking about.
Yeah.
But I always said Helutalmout. I never put the B in there. We want to bring y'all some Atlanta lingo, stuff like that. People who not from Atlanta. So if you don't know what Helutalmout means, it means what the hell are you talking about?
And that's a clever way for your children to say it. Our nephew just put us up on that.
Yes.
He said, "You're not gonna catch me slipping," right?
He didn't say hey. He said, what's going on with y'all show? What you talking about?" So like, yeah, there you go. I'm not trying to get you in trouble with your parents. So yeah, your kids say, "What you talking about?" But we say Helutalmout. So like I said, it means what the hell you talking about. We shorten everything, you know. Southern tongue is real lazy, so we don't like to use a whole bunch of syllables. So what the hell are you talking about? It's too much. Helutalmout.
Helutalmout.
There you go. So yeah, so gave y'all a little synopsis of the show, and you know what we're gonna be talking about, things like that. So I figured the first episode would kind of be like, you know, how we met. You know,
get to know us.
Yeah, get to know us. What kind of some of our secrets to staying together, and still having fun, because we still have a lot of fun together.
Yes, definitely.
So, how do we meet?
So I met him in the 6th grade at Woodland Middle School.
Woodland Shout.
In East Point, Georgia.
We
met in 6th grade. We were on separate teams. We were just cool people. Like, we had mutual friends. I knew who he was. He knew who I was. We were just cool. It wasn't nothing like that. And then we went to high school together. We went to Westlake. Westlake High School. Westlake.
Yeah, Westlake, not Westlake. Westlake.
Westlake.
Okay.
Anyway. Okay, sorry. I was a cheerleader for Westlake as well.
Obviously.
So yeah, we it was cool at Westlake too. Had a lot of mutual friends. Like, a lot of mutual friends. We actually hung in the same circle together. Dated each other's friends, which is now weird. Very weird. He actually took a picture in my mom's house. My mom takes pictures. If y'all know Miss Thea, she takes the pictures. So she took pictures for one of our senior services or something. Investor or something like that, with his kente cloth. And right in my mama's living room, and he always kept that picture, and it is just so ironic that we ended up together 24 years later after that. So after high school, we both went to college. I went to Spelman.
I went to Georgia Southern.
And we just kept in contact whenever he would come home during the holidays. You know, we would see each other. Hey, Helutalmout, what the hell going on with you? And then
a random
senior year of college. No, was it senior? No, it was junior year. Junior year of college. They had Players Ball down at Georgia Southern. Anybody know about Players Ball at Georgia Southern? No, it was a thing.
Man, like a little Freaknik in Georgia Southern.
So my homeboy Gilly was down there.
Shout out to Gilly.
And I called him just to chit chat it up. and supposedly they were stuck in some traffic.
Yeah, we was on the strip, so we were on Chandler Road. Anybody know Chandler Road? Excuse me. Anybody know about Georgia Southern? The main strip that go through the school, through the campus, take you to the football field. So that's where most of the traffic was when you're doing players ball. Everybody riding up and down the strip, you know what I'm saying, having a good time. And we were kind of doing the same thing. So we riding down. She called him before. This is for your phone hooked up in your car, so you had to actually pick it up and do this. You know what I'm saying? So he picked it up. He talking. We in traffic. He like, I can't do this. Here, here, take the phone. I'm like, who the hell is this? He says, Steve. Oh shit, I ain't a little minute. Okay, what else, y'all? Blah blah blah. I start talking. An hour later.
And 1 hour later.
We're still on the phone, and he goes, Shawty, y'all still on the phone? Get my phone. I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm bad. Like, what's your number? You know, so I get her number.
I don't think he's gonna call me. Like, I am at that F all men at this point in time. I was over it. I had just got in a relationship. I ain't gonna date nobody, anything like that. So I gave him my number just off some GP. But I was like, he's not gonna call me. Lo and behold, I'm walking on campus, heading to the house. Yeah, like 3 days later. It wasn't right away. And that was okay. Like, that was okay. Because the surprise I got when I looked down at my phone, because we did have cell phones in college. I looked down at my phone.
Yes, you did.
And I was like, oh my God, it's him. He calling me. So we talked, chit-chatted it up a little bit. And he was going to be in town like a few weeks after that because school was letting out, which was always around my birthday. So we had our first date at Ruby Tuesday, where I eventually ended up working.
On Thorn Road.
Where I eventually ended up working. And we've been together ever since. Yep. Ever since. We started off on a long distance relationship. I would not advise that to anybody, especially in college. So that's one piece of advice we're giving you right now.
Yeah, that was tough.
That was very tough. And yeah, that was very tough. But, you know, we battled through. He moved back to Atlanta, and like literally, we've been together ever since. Got married in 2012, July 8th, 2012. So we're coming up on our 11th anniversary. Whoa. So yeah, it's been nothing but, you know, we've had some great times. We've had some good times. We've had some low moments because marriage is not always on a high. So, you know, we've persevered and we're very resilient through it and worked on what will work for us and got out of society's norms of what makes marriage works for other people and went to, well, we ain't gonna worry about what other people say. We've been judged about a whole bunch of things that we do. And guess what? I don't care. We don't care. It's what we do that makes us work.
Yep.
So.
And make sure you keep people out your business. I know you want to tell you know, vent to your friends. You got to know what friends to vent to about certain things, because a lot of times what they'll do is they'll project what they feel you should do onto you, as opposed to letting you just kind of sitting there listening or giving sound advice, saying, hey, maybe you should try this or maybe you should try that. They say, oh, you should do this or you should go there. So you got to be careful who you talk to in certain situations in your relationship, marriage, whatever. I believe there are core things that will work in any relationship.
Right.
You know what I mean? I had the 3 C's. I'm trying to remember what they were. Compromise. Absolutely. You gotta compromise.
Definitely compromise.
You're never going to get your way all the time. You have to meet in the middle to keep the peace. Honestly, I mean, some things you're just going to have to just let go. You can't fight every damn battle because you be fighting all the time.
There's plenty of times where I go, am I going to really care about this in like a day or two? No. So I'll let it go.
Yeah, especially if it's petty stuff. I mean, honestly, I think once you get deeper into your relationship, petty stuff is what you argue about.
Yeah.
Because you're seeing each other every day. So you kind of get tired of it sometimes.
Compromise, what's the other one?
Yeah, compromise, communication. Communication, I think for me, that's number one in any relationship. Because if you're not communicating what's going on, how you feel.
Why you mad?
Yeah, why you mad? Nobody can read your mind. I'm not a mind reader. So if you're not telling me, if you're not communicating to me what's going on, that shit is don't exist to me, because you have to tell me. I'm not one of the people, I don't read your mind. I can't read no feel. I mean, I can see somebody's, upset or upset or mad or sad or whatever, and they say, hey, everything's okay? And you say, okay, I'm done with this shit. You need to speak the fuck up. Sorry. That's just how I roll. So I'm not a mind reader. I will not try to guess what's wrong with you. If you don't say what's going on, then I'm just gonna keep moving. I'm gonna ask about how you doing though. I'm gonna see, are you all right? Everything good?
Right.
Oh, you good? Okay. And if everything's not good, then you need to say something.
Right. And I mean, a thing too is like, to understand too, is men and women are built differently. Mm-hmm. So the way that men and women communicate is totally different.
Yep.
There can be times where he can read that I'm upset, like something is going on. And so he may need to talk to me, where there are times where he may look upset or he may be very quiet. And I'm like, you good? And he like, yeah. And he's really good. Like, what's on your mind? Nothing. Because guess what is on his mind? Nothing. Like, men are just built totally differently. So sometimes as women, we kind of like pry trying to think like, oh, he mad at me. It could be something that I did. And then most of the time, it ain't nothing that you did. Because the one thing I will say, if he's upset with me, he gonna tell me. He gonna tell me. And vice versa. Yeah. Like, I'm gonna let him know, like, I didn't like the way you said blah, 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 blah. You need to watch your tone, buddy. And really, that's more him than me, because I'm working on it. Growth. I'm working on it.
Firecracker, so, you know.
He gets me fired up on purpose, though.
I know. I love fiery women, y'all. Sorry. That's why my whole family is fiery women. So that's what I know. People, and so I think it's funny when people see that we're together. Like, man, she's such a firecracker, and you just so laid back. I say, but I can handle it. You know what I'm saying? I can handle somebody like this because this is what I've been around my whole life.
Right.
You know what I mean? This is nothing to me. So, you know, a lot of people can't handle that. Somebody who's direct, upfront, honest, you know what I'm saying? Don't take no bullshit. And I love that. That's what I'm attracted to. So.
Oh, that's so sweet. What's your other C?
Ooh, that's a good one. I can't remember. I had 3 C's. I had communication, compromise. It wasn't commitment. It was communication, compromise. I'm going to stop the tape here. Communication, compromise.
Oh, stop it.
Damn, it was communication. I remember. Communication, compromise. Consistency.
Yes.
Consistency. You gotta be not the same all the time, but man, you can't be going, you know what I'm saying, every day, because who wants to live with somebody who's up and down all the time? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You happy today, you sad tomorrow. You happy today, you sad tomorrow. Like, consistency, and it can be in communicating. It can mean how you treat me. I mean, your day-to-day stuff. I need you to be consistent with stuff. Like, I can't be thinking I'm with somebody, a different person every day. You know what I mean? Or
like how sometimes when you're in the beginning of a relationship, marriage, anything, you're in that honeymoon phase. Like, everything is so cool. Like, he's bringing me flowers every day. He's never done that because I don't like flowers. But like,
I brought you a flower.
I mean, yeah, for my birthday.
No, I'm talking about. I remember that move I put on.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Jerry. Go ahead though.
Yeah, that was how he got me. Yeah, the little flower at the door. Okay, yeah. Anywho, but like bringing flowers every day, or saying that you're going to cook every other day or something like that. And then when it comes up, it's like, oh, well, I got to do this for work, so I can't do that right now. Or, oh, I got to go do this and da 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 da. Or it just stops all of a sudden, and your spouse is looking like, what happened? What's the difference? Like, why are you not being as consistent as you were beforehand? So,
because I think when you're inconsistent, it breeds uncertainty. Like, okay, are they still really into me? Do they still want to be here? Are they still into this as much as I am? Because if you're, and I got friends who, they might do a little too much in the beginning, and I tell them, if you're doing that now, you got to be doing that the whole time, bro. Because if you stop or if you slow up, she's gonna be like, what happened? So do you not like me as much? So if you're going super hard early, you got to go super hard the whole time.
Pace yourself.
You got to go super hard the whole time. And I don't think people realize that it's like it is slow and steady. Pace wins the race. You know what I'm saying? Consistency. I do a little thing here for here. I make her known that she's appreciated. You know what I mean? I don't have to buy her flowers every day or every week. I never did that. So there's no precedent set. You know what I mean? But I show her how I love her, how I appreciate her in other ways.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm consistent with that.
Yes, very.
I just think consistency with it, however you're doing it, you got to be consistent. If you don't want that person to be like, okay, this is not the same, or and that honeymoon phase, the passion, all of that fades.
Other things that could come into your marriage, maybe a new job where you're maybe traveling more or something like that. Maybe having a child. We don't have any children, but like that could be something that could affect how your consistency is failing off, and your spouse is looking like, what's the difference now? So making sure that you are rebuilding that and staying consistent with each other, and then like doing those other C's, like compromise and communication.
If you're not being consistent, you better communicate that you're not being consistent. And find a way to compromise. So, I like to tie all of them together. That's what I really, really think about when I think about relationships and how we are able to stay together. Like, we are unconventional. Our marriage was unconventional.
We got married in Vegas. I was in a red dress. He was in Adidas.
Exactly. Like, we'll argue in public. Like, we don't care.
Not like that. Not like what you see on.
Yeah, I mean, we're not throwing punches or like throwing water on each other like that. But if we have a spat, we'll have it out in public. We don't care who's out there. We don't care who's around.
And it's not like it's just we going back and forth. Like, you can tell we both heated, and we got to get it out.
And it's not I'm trying to embarrass her, be loud.
It's mostly, if it's in public, it's with friends. Like, we're around friends.
Usually.
Like, it's not us just doing this in the random streets of Atlanta. Like, because if we did, then it will end up on social media, and then people will be talking to us about it.
Yeah, I don't really care about that. So I don't give a shit about that.
And that's what works for us. We really don't care about what other people think about what works for our marriage.
Nope.
Like,
I think we learned a long time ago when, like I said, when your family and your friends and your shit, they tell you, hey, y'all should do this, or y'all should be this way, y'all should be, why y'all not doing this, or why y'all not doing that?
Because I don't want to.
And when you start listening to that, and you're not really, it's not what you really want to do, it's not really who you are, who y'all are, then you start living and being there for other people.
Yep.
And not what we together for. Like, we shut that noise out a long time ago. A long time ago. So just letting y'all know, family and friend, the shit y'all say, that shit don't affect us.
I think
we on our own. We do our own thing. You know
I think
what I'm saying?
they know. Like, yeah, we really do our own
Now,
thing.
we listen to what you say. I'll listen to you. That don't mean I'm listening. I hear you.
That don't mean I have to.
That don't mean I'm listening.
Yeah. Because sometimes all advice is not great advice for you. You know what I mean? What may work for somebody else may not work for me. It may have worked for you guys to move into some big house and start your family immediately after you got married. But for us, it was about, let's enjoy ourselves. And
we just want to enjoy us.
Yes. So.
And we still enjoy us. We still travel a lot.
We still, like currently, right now.
We're not in Atlanta. You know what I mean? So we love our lifestyle. But at the same time, we are ready for kids, and we know how that changes your lifestyle, but we're ready for that. You know what I mean? We're planning that. We're like, okay, this is our next step of what we want our life to be. And as long as you communicate that with your person who you with and where you want to see each other, it don't even have to be the next 5 years, because we don't do that. We just go with the year. Like, we're in the present. The furthest we go in the future is maybe a year.
Yeah.
Where do we see each other in a year? How do we see our situation in a year? We don't try to get too ahead of ourselves, because so much shit can change in a year.
Because especially with us, like for us, like this will be another segment that we'll have on the shows called "It's Always a Story to Tell." Because
it's always something. That's what it is.
It's always something. Because if you are a part of our village and our support system, anytime we travel somewhere, anything, we got a story to tell. This one, we already got a story to tell. We gonna tell y'all about Anita Baker concert that we flew up here for after seeing her for Valentine's Day. And to the point where I'm like, dang, is it us? Like, are we bringing the trouble? Because it's always something. But we rock and roll and we make it work, you know? So yeah. I think you think that's enough about us, relationships, how we met?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
I want to really inundate y'all. maybe I said it wrong. Inundate y'all with so many details of how we got together and how we stay together. But just a little shot, a little peek into our life, because we are private.
Yeah.
So a little peek into our life. How we rock, man. How we still together since 2002.
Yeah. Wow. I've been with this man literally.
I've been here half my life. Yeah, half of my life.
Wow.
I was 20. I had just turned 21, pretty much.
Wow.
She was 19. So we've been together for a long time, man.
I turned 20 after that.
Yeah, I mean, it was after we started dating. Yeah, but I'm just talking when we started really talking. You were 19, so
yeah.
We were young, man, and we learned a lot together about relationships. Made mistakes together in relationships. But man, if you stick it out, if it's that person you really love and really like being around, you will make that shit work. You will figure it out. You'll figure it out. And if you can't figure it out, man, as long as you try to work it, to figure it out, then I think you can live with whatever the result is.
Right.
Whether you stay together, whether you break up, as long as you have tried to make it work. Because if you really want to be with that person, or really want to be in a relationship that makes you happy, you know what I'm saying? I think you would take those steps to figure out why we're not happy anymore.
Right.
Can we get back to that place?
Right.
And if you can't, as long as you try it, then I think you can live with whatever the result is. I think the problem is people, as soon as they hit a rough patch,
they give up too
they
easily.
done. You know what I'm saying? I see so many. I've been to so many weddings.
We've
been
to so many
where
weddings.
the wedding was just so outrageous, and not necessarily in a bad way. It's just so really nice, but you can tell they put so much time and energy into the wedding
and not the
actual marriage. Like, I'm putting all that energy into the marriage.
Because that's a day. That wedding is a day.
One day.
It's a day, and it's a day that will stress you out in so many ways. For anyone, do a destination, elope. If your parents are trying to tell you what to do, kick them out and tell them they can't come either. That didn't work.
Pull that Martin on there.
Like, just leave. Just leave. Because it's about you anyway. Yep. And that was one of the things that, like, when I was upset on our wedding day because of family mess, my best friend had to pull me to the side and tell me, whose day is it? Whose day is it right now? It's our day. So you guys are going to enjoy your day.
Yep, enjoy
and
your
I was
day.
Like,
and after that day, that's when you put in the work. Like, it's not in. It's not over. The race is not over. It just started.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? All that dating and courting, y'all was just stretching. You know what I'm saying? You're stretching. You're getting ready for the race. You know what I mean? You got your water in your hand. That's all the dating shit. When you get them starting blocks, you get married and you start off, pow, and the gun go out, boom.
You better use
You know what I'm saying?
Look at you.
That's what it is. It's the beginning of the race, shawty.
Look at you.
And the end of the race is, hopefully, when you're still together, you die together. Or one of you, whatever how it works. But the end of the race, is not getting married. That's not the end. That's just the very beginning. And then people who are married and been married for a while understand that.
Yes, definitely.
Just the wedding is not the end; it's the beginning. And if you put too much energy into that one day, you won't have enough for the rest of the time.
Right.
So yeah, have fun. We had a ball on our wedding day. I would have loved it to be more family and friends.
Yeah.
But we just know way too many people in Atlanta.
Like, we almost did a March Madness bracket on y'all to see who was going to come to the wedding. Like, that's how many names it was. Because we didn't realize, like, one, like we said, we met each other in the 6th grade. So we have a lot of mutual friends. But also, like, our parents are connected in ways that we didn't even realize. Like, because his family had their theater company, a lot of people from that theater company was in Ben Hill at the church. So I knew them my whole life. And so when we get together, it's like, oh, I know both of them. I'm definitely coming to the wedding. Wait, hold on.
Exactly.
What just happened here?
Our list was
crazy. It was up to like 300 people, like plus. And Mama Thea, my mama, decided to give me a list of 100 herself. Just herself. Yeah. Like herself. Like who? Yeah. So that's my advice. Like, that's our advice, definitely. Like, go away.
If it's getting overwhelming, man, make it a destination wedding, because the people who want to be there and see it, who are able to. I'm not gonna say that everybody who didn't come to our wedding did not want to be there, because that's not true. Some people had kids, situations, whatever. But you cut down on so much of that when you just leave and say, "Hey, this is where we're gonna be at. Y'all want to come? Come on."
Yep. So that's us. Make sure you let us know in the comments, like, what's some things y'all want to hear us talk about on the show. Like, we ain't gotta always talk about relationships, because we're not gonna do that. We have some other segments that we're gonna have, like talking about maybe current events and things like that. It's gonna be called Whoop Whoop.
Whoop the whoop.
And then we told you it's always something, because we always got a story to tell.
I think that's what we're gonna call it. I got a story to tell.
I got a story to tell.
Maybe we'll do that. Oh no, I think I'm gonna do the intro for the music for that, and then just say it's always something. We'll figure it out. Y'all will see.
But yeah, like, tell us some of the things that you guys want to see on the podcast. We want to put this out a little bit more frequently. We know you guys have been waiting for a while, but life be lifing and stuff be happening. So make sure, if you're not, follow our Instagram page at HELUTALMOUT. You can follow us there, where we've already posted some few things, gave you a little intro of ourselves. We've done a food review as well. We're about to do a concert review on there about the Anita Baker concert as well. Yes. You can follow us there, and then follow us on our YouTube channel at Helutalmout. One of the other things we want to do is, should I just not cut that up? Should I just not say that about Dara?
Yeah, no. We want to highlight every show.
So
we want to highlight.
We can do that when she gets here.
No, we're just talking about it now.
Oh, okay.
So you don't have to talk about introduce her. Every show we want to highlight Black-owned businesses. We have a lot of friends and family who are entrepreneurs.
Yes. For instance, the shirt that I'm wearing right now, I'm Not Like the Rest, is by Five Folds Clothing. Sherrod Geese, he is a friend of ours from Woodland Middle School. And he's also a fashion designer. So you can see some of his things on his page. I think it's at Five Folds Clothing, and I'm Not Like the Rest.
We can drop the link in when we can drop the link for him.
Yeah.
But like I said, we want to highlight, people who we're proud of, man. I mean, not necessarily proud of, just that who are doing their thing. I have an entrepreneur family, man. Everybody in my family has something they're doing on the side, something. So we want to highlight those people and bring some of those services to you, that you may not know about. So in your community, you know what I mean, in your state, because we're not going to just limit this just to Georgia. I think the first person we're going to highlight probably going to be my sister. So we'll have her come on here and just give her a quick, brief summary about her business, what she does. And if you're in the Philadelphia, Delaware, Jersey area, hit her up. But we're gonna see her. We're gonna see her real soon. But we really thank y'all for listening, man. This is our first episode. We're excited. Yes. A little nervous. Yeah. Just kind of see what it's like. I'm not really nervous about doing this, but I'm nervous about maybe, how the reaction gonna be. We've definitely got
divulging some of our lives. Like, I think even though this is something that not just many people have asked us about, like, y'all such a cool couple. We would love to hear some more stuff from y'all. Y'all should do a podcast, especially when everybody started podcasts during the pandemic, and we kind of was like, hey, y'all crazy. And now we was kind of like, we kind of make a point, let's try it out. Let's see what it's gonna be like. So we're gonna try to get some more consistency with how often we post and things like that. But like I tell you, life be lifing. So if life be lifing, you may just get a little segment of something here or there. But we're excited about this opportunity to showcase a little bit of our lives and what works for us and how we living. So thank you for tuning in to Helutalmout. Helutalmout. We'll see you soon.
Hi, my name is Dara Meredith. I'm a native of Atlanta, Georgia, but I currently live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, specifically Springfield. I have two businesses. I have DCNS Summer Dance Intensive that I've run for 19 years now. And it's a comprehensive dance intensive for young budding artists to train and really take their technique to the next level. And it was a program that I started with my friend, Lasita Nelson. and it's been thriving for 19 years. I also have the Dara J dance experience where I'm a choreographer and I'm a teacher as well. So I choreograph different works and I produce some of my own shows. So some of the ones that I've done were Beneath the Surface, which was a show that I dedicated to mental illness and kind of putting the spotlight on it so that we can put more attention on it and people can get the help they need without feeling ashamed. And then my latest production that I just did was The Bridge of Our Roots, which talks about the Black woman being kind of like the catalyst for the American family, taking care of white people's children during slavery time as well as her own. And so kind of being that bridge between American society and the Black family. So I'm really excited to just continue working, and really at this point, I guess my whole goal is just really to be an artivist, an activist and an artist. Artivist. So yeah, so really that's what the hell I'm talking about. Hell you talking about.